Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Disney Morning Show, starring Kyle Burbank, featuring Doobie Mosley, with Tony Betty sometimes, hopefully with Rebecca Mosley sometimes. I haven't talked to her yet. I'm hoping for Foodie Fridays.
Okay, sounds good.
That's my goal. If you're listening or watching Rebecca right now, I probably should have asked you in person instead of mentioning it here. I apologize already. All right, welcome. My name is Doobie Mosley, co-founder here at Laughing Place. That's Kyle Burbank. He is our managing editor. Hello, JPP. How are you doing? Anyone else out there, please say hello. We love to see who's out there. Hey, Nikki B. I am not cold, actually. It was cold this morning, so I wore a jacket, but mostly I just want to show off my Disneyland Paris jacket that it has not gotten cold enough out here for you to start wearing yet. So I'm wearing it today. There's a back too, but I'm not turning around. Okay, let's get started. We're going to start the day the way we start every day, and that's by looking at the Disney financials. And today, the Disney stock price is up about 1%, up to $94.76.
Unfortunately, it's probably because Disney announced layoffs.
I mean, is that unfortunate if you're an investor?
Not if you're an investor, but if you're, an employee who's getting laid off. Yeah.
That is very, very sad. So,
unless I guess, if you can make enough off of any stock you might have left when getting terminated.
That's true. And I don't know any details of these layoffs, but sometimes, no. But let's go ahead and do the layoff story now, which I was going to hold for a second. But they laid off 300 people in what they're calling a cost-saving initiative. They're all from corporate, like HR and finance, all based in the United States. Parks and experiences, entertainment are reportedly not affected by this current round, although they have been by some previous layoffs. So,
and if you're wondering about the timing, Disney's fiscal year is ending. It ends. I think the new one starts October 1st or thereabout. So that's likely why they're probably just making some last minute cuts as they get ready for the new fiscal year.
Fiscal year. It's all about the fiscal when it comes to Disney and any major company like that. That's not, we need to call out Disney. All right, let us get to the latest updates on Hurricane Helene, Kyle.
Yeah, so it is, let me double check in case it is strengthening. And last I checked, it is still a category 2, although it's expected to be, I think I've even seen a 4 by the time it makes landfall. And as you can see, it's currently looking like the eye of it will go over that part in the panhandle of Florida. So not quite Tampa. Tampa will definitely see more impacts than the Orlando area, but we are seeing some cancellations and closures at some of the theme parks. So at Walt Disney World, Typhoon, can you actually hit update or refresh? Or is this a screenshot?
This is a screenshot of current.
Okay. It's not the most accurate, but that's okay.
No, hold on. Do we have update? I mean, this is what's on the site right now. We have something unpublished. Sorry for behind the scenes here.
No, it should be updated.
Okay, let me.
But it's not that much different. It's just formatted a little bit better.
Okay, go ahead.
So Typhoon Lagoon is closed today. Obviously, Blizzard Beach is already closed for its refurbishment. The miniature golf courses, Fantasia Gardens, and the fairways, as well as Winter Summerland, are both closed today. There was a Mickey's Not So Scary plan for tonight. That is being canceled. And then there's also some... Oh, I see what... Never mind.
Okay.
Some tours have been canceled as well. And then at Universal Orlando, they just announced that Halloween Horror Nights is being canceled tonight. That's the newest news. Universal Volcano Bay, as we talked about yesterday, will be closed today. And City Walk is going to be closing early, but the parks are staying open the same amount of time. Actually, something interesting with Disney is they actually extended the park hours today because they canceled Not So Scary. They extended the regular Magic Kingdom park hours from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock.
Breaking news, Disney extends hours for the hurricane.
As hurricane approaches, yeah. And then Tampa Bay has been, the Busch Gardens Tampa Bay is closed all day today. Because like we said, they're closer to where the storm's going to be hitting.
Cool. And nothing announced for tomorrow at this point? This is strictly today?
Everything currently says that Halloween Horror Nights is expected to happen tomorrow. We'll see. But I do want to also mention, like we were saying yesterday, with the outer bands can cause some tornado issues. There is in addition to the continuing tropical storm warning for the Orlando area, there's also a tornado watch until 8 o'clock. Now, tornado watch means, in this case, means that there's favorable conditions for possible tornadoes, and it's a tornado warning, and those are more specified to certain areas. That's when some tornado has been observed on radar or by a spotter. So just so you know the difference, tornado watch just means that it's possible that the conditions are favorable to tornadoes.
And have we heard about any hotel impacts or Fort Worth impacts?
Unless they just updated their site right now, no.
Okay. All right, so that is the latest on Hurricane Helene. Hopefully, the reports are this will be a strong one, not necessarily for Disney, but will be a strong one. So hopefully everyone stays safe out there and we get through another one of these. We'll check in on the Disney World official site, before we close out the show in case there are any late updates on that. Okay, Kyle, we've got breaking news.
Breaking news. Let me get back to it because I was checking the Disney World.
This just in.
It's a new poster.
We have a new poster. This one does hang, so it is fair to call it a poster because Moana 2 is coming to theaters November 27th. And this is what you're going to see. You like
There's also a new TV spot, but I thought the poster was the bigger news. When they send us TV spots, I'm like, okay.
Do you like the poster?
Yeah, it's cool. I'm interested in this like split open island thing in the back. I like that we got Pua and Hey hanging out together on the boat.
Little troll there, or whatever they're called.
Kakamora.
It looks like two humpback whales. I know it's not, but when I look at that, the first thing I thought of was.
It looks kind of like that Jurassic World whale thing when it opens its mouth.
What's that? The
It eats the poor girl who did nothing wrong.
You don't have to be wrong to get for nature to take you out. Nature is not kind.
It's not nature. I think that's the entire point of the movie is that it's not nature.
Wait a second. Say that again.
It's not nature.
And that's the point of the movie?
It's part of the point of the movie.
I feel like
they make artificial things and it bites them in the butt. It's not nature. It's unnatural, as you would say.
That is astute. I feel like I need to go back and rewatch all 6 films now with that in mind. I'm going to change my entire point of view on this.
I hate these movies now.
All right. And speaking of unnatural, oil spill on Main Street. Who had that on their bingo card for 2024?
Yeah, apparently Disneyland opened a little bit late yesterday due to an oil leak, which made me think of the Tin Man. Oil girl.
So this was a post by someone who got a picture of it actually on Main Street while it's being cleaned. They call it a hydraulic leak, but the official word was an oil leak. And you can see the cleanup. Disneyland opened about 10 minutes late, but this area was closed even longer while they redirected people to other places. And, apparently it caused chaos. I saw a tweet. It's actually an article that says chaos because Disneyland's opening late. What I saw was a bunch of people standing around waiting for the park to open. I'm not sure. I would have called it chaos, but if I'm there and it is. I wonder if they made an announcement because one thing Disney does is open on time, and so since it did open late, if there wasn't an announcement, that would at least give me mental chaos. That's fair. That's fair. All right, and Kyle, we've got breaking news. This just in yesterday. Solar Opposites coming to Hulu Halloween Special 2, October 7th, but we've got new key art.
Wow.
Is poster that
Squad ghouls.
We also got a trailer for this, which I did watch, and therefore we will not be sharing. It's not that bad, but it's bad enough. So, but this is on Hulu, October 7th. Let's see. This is Solar Opposites Halloween Special Part 2, The Hunt for Brown October. When the spirit of Halloween starts to take over Corvo's life, spooky stuff is afoot. Did you see Solar Opposites Halloween Special 1?
I've never seen any Solar Opposites.
So I have this on our list for Tony Animation Friday, Taff. So I'm not sure if he's a Solar Opposites fan, but if so, he will be able to enlighten us a little more. Tony will be on our show tomorrow to talk about all the things related to animation that we've collected over the week as well as the Toy Story Zoetrope, and dashes on Star-Lord. So tune in tomorrow for Terrific Tony.
I have a slight correction about that last story. The person that posted that video did not call it total chaos. They called it total choas because they flipped the A and the O.
Should have just went with the.
It was so chaotic they couldn't spell it right.
That's funny. I mean, I've had my share of embarrassing tweets, so I feel like it's okay for me to say.
I was just checking because I realized we put their phrase in quotes, but I thought you were saying that we called it total chaos, and I was like, that's a little bit much.
Oh no, we did not call it total chaos.
Okay,
that is their tweet. I did not want to imply that. All right. Let me just take a quick look, refresh our page, because that concludes the happening. Oh, I forgot to mention, as a part of Hurricane Helene, I even had it in my notes, Dollywood is also going to be closing today. Obviously, nowhere near Central Florida.
Yesterday too. I think they're a little gun shy after those flood videos, and so they're like, we're not doing that again. If there's a sprinkle on the ground, we're closed.
Good point. Dollywood's closing today. Hopefully, they have their water issues under control. Dollywood, my favorite non-Central Florida, non-Southern California theme park.
Wait till you're not going to like Silver Dollar City as much, but just wait till you come to Silver Dollar City, and then you'll be like, well, this is great too.
Oh, I believe it.
I hope you go through the cave when you get to Silver Dollar City. I hope you can make that work.
When I go to Silver Dollar City, which will happen at some point, you will go too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
To get into the queue to go to the cave, you actually have to crawl under this like little rigid thing because that's the most you'll have to crouch during the cave tour. So they make sure that you can do that before you can go into the cave.
Literally crawl under, like get on your hands and knees?
Yeah, let me see if I can find a picture of it.
That's not happening.
I mean, not crawl on your hands and knees. No, you have to like crouch. Like you have to duck under it.
I'm 6 feet tall. That's tough.
Well.
Do you never about to make a Kyle Short joke, and that's just rude.
Well, yeah.
How tall are you?
5'5".
Fair.
That's short.
While Kyle looks for that, we will come back with Kyle having that picture, but following that will be reviews. So for the second and last time, I am going to show our review introduction.
Here it is. The only thing worse than the mindless adolescent direction is Joseph Tribbiani's disturbingly unskilled portrayal of the king.
Okay, look, that is one guy's opinion. Yeah. All right? Phoebes, read yours.
Okay. The only thing worse than the mindless adolescent direction is Joseph.
Does anybody have one from a different paper?
All right. Did you get me one? You did. Here it comes.
It's not as bad as I'm making it sound.
No, it's not. I'm noticing that already.
But it is kind of a funny idea. You have to duck under that cutout in order to
right here where it says cave waiting area in the red arrow.
The cave waiting area is usually not there. The sign is there, but yes, that cutout there. You need to duck under that. That's how you get to the
wow. Queue. That's iffy. I will make that call when I get there. But you said that is the most difficult part.
That's the idea. Is like, yeah, you see, it says the smallest passage, and it explains like if this is like the lowest you'll have to get during the tour, and it's only for like a second. Like I don't think you ever have to get that low again, but it is, it's a cave, it's tight. But they do explain because it's called Marvel Cave, as you can see. Yeah. So there are bats, but there's no Batman because it's Marvel Cave.
Is that your line? Did they say that in there?
That's not a Kyle original. That is a Silver Dollar City tour.
I'm excited to do the train with the bank robbers and all that because I've seen that so many times.
It would be a first time for me if we do it.
It will feel like I've done it a million times. Gideon has watched that so many times. It's the New York Yankees. Okay, we are on to, we click the wrong link? We are on to a review. And today we are reviewing a toy review, the Dark Falcon with minifigures, including Darth Jar Jar from Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy. That is today's review. This is a build that was actually done on video by Michael Celestino. So while we watch a little bit of some building,
you got this alternate universe version of
without audio, I will read the conclusion of his review. Where's my full screen? You don't need to see what other videos I've been watching.
I think next Mike is going to be building the Maltese Falcon.
I think you're wrong.
Oh.
There we go. Okay, toy review, The Dark Falcon with minifigures, including Darth Jar Jar from Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy. This is his third Lego review from the sets tied into the new Disney Plus miniseries, Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy. You can see some of the really cool minifigures that come with it right there, and this is Michael's conclusion. But the coolest thing about all these Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy building sets is undeniably the opportunity it offers Star Wars fans to play fast and loose with the rules of a galaxy far, far away. These characters in the miniseries in which they made their debut have inspired me to think outside established lore and open my mind to the possibilities of what can happen when the storytelling universe we know and love gets remixed and rebuilt. I had a great time building and exploring the features of these sets, and once more, we'd like to thank our friends at Disney Products for providing them to us. And yes, I am a 40-year-old man. So I threw that last part in. So Mike enjoys these.
So I didn't realize that this is basically What If, but for Star Wars.
Yeah, that's true. This is available now wherever Lego sets are sold.
I'm sure it is not cheap.
You can watch Mike rebuild these at super speed, and then you can go to YouTube settings and double it, which I refuse to do on anything but a Lego build, and watch them build it at super duper speed. Okay. We have concluded the review section of our show. We are now going to the rest. Oh, whoa. We are now going to...
And the rest.
Okay. First up...
Perhaps the best drop we have.
Definitely. And certainly the right length. Like the Friends one. The Walt Disney Company picked up 10 awards during night one of news and documentary Emmys. Emmys. It's a hard word. Congratulations, Disney.
More behind LP. People love this insight. And I asked Benji, hey, what do we have going on tonight? I know we have the SIFTOD meeting. Is there anything else? He goes, nope. And then an hour later, he sends me a link to here's how to watch the Emmys. I'm like, you told me nothing was happening.
He was wrong. Now you want to give some more behind LP and say what exactly SIFTOD is?
That would be the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District, which was also not exciting.
Did we get any personnel changes? No
updates.
All right. Deadpool and Wolverine. Did you see that?
I did see that. I had to see that. It's MCU. Can't get those spoilers, Doobie.
Big thumbs up from Kyle, I'm sure. Everyone loved it. You loved it?
I am glad I saw it.
Wow, talk about a...
I'm not a fan of all the violence.
Okay.
Like it's really cartoony gore, so it's mostly okay, but there's some pretty gross things I could deal without. And the humor is mostly funny, like when it's the meta, like fourth wall humor, but then you get tired of D jokes.
That's sad. Okay, well, if you aren't tired of those jokes, you can purchase digitally on October 1st or physically on October 22nd, Deadpool and Wolverine. In addition to the movie, it will include hours of bonus content, including a gag reel, deleted scenes, filmmaker commentary, and new featurettes. And if you want to venture to Walmart, you can get the exclusive special edition of Blu-ray that includes a Deadpool corpse pop-up inside. And I did not see that movie, but there is a movie I did see that is the best mainstream movie I saw this year, and that is Alien Romulus. Kyle, you did not see this one, am I right?
I did not, but I am annoyed on behalf of Alien fans because the digital version of this will be coming out next month, which makes sense, just in time for Halloween. Even a two-pack, a digital two-pack, where you can get Alien and Alien Romulus in one purchase. But the physical release is not coming until December 3rd.
That is quite a gap. And yes, you're going to miss Halloween with this. So you know what's going to happen. The people are going to buy it twice, which is probably what they want to happen.
I guess.
It's a shame. Yeah, that's a shame. Which one? Deadpool or Alien? I hope you mean Alien. Alien Romulus. Yeah, this was an awesome movie. I loved it so much. I may actually purchase this because Alien is one of those, both Alien and Aliens is one of the few movies. Okay, my wife would laugh at me saying that, but it's a movie that I can watch again and again. And so I might do this one. Great movie. Finally, a worthy successor to the first two in the franchise.
It reminds me of Friends, because I'm sure Die Hard is another one of those movies for you. Like, this isn't Die Hard 2, this is Die Hard. Well, let's just watch that. We just watched it. and it would be great to watch it again.
I do watch Die Hard, but Die Hard is obviously the best movie of all time. But I rewatch movies that aren't necessarily good movies, just because
I watch
comfort movies.
I'm sure I watch not good movies too, but I think the one that I'm like, yeah, I could watch that right now is Moneyball. Just put on Moneyball, whatever.
I can totally see that. I don't watch it very much, but I could.
I get into a hotel room, I see it's 20 minutes in, I just throw the remote across the room because it's of no use to me anymore.
Two movies that I love to rewatch, which aren't necessarily that good, even though I love them. World War Z. If I'm at working and I just need to put on something and I'm sick of trying to find something, World War Z.
And you recommended the audiobook, so double feature. Watch the movie and then listen, or maybe you should listen to the audiobook first.
No. If you listen to the audiobook first, you will be nothing but disappointed. Watch the movie. It will not spoil anything in the book. They really share a title and almost nothing else.
Okay.
And then the other movie, which is truly not a good movie, but I just love putting it on, is Old. M. Night Shyamalan's Old. I also can do The Happening with pretty easily too. You can watch almost any movie again and again. The Dory of wow.
I mean, I guess I do that with like romantic comedies that I wouldn't necessarily call good. Like
Batman and Robin.
Put on, we'll have Drew Barrymore-a-thons, do a back-to-back of music and lyrics and Fever Pitch.
So TIL, Kyle loves romantic comedies and hates
I like some romantic
movies.
Apparently, I just like Drew Barrymore. I think that, and Hugh Grant. I think we have a Hugh Grant like comedy box. The Walmart.
Do you like E.T.?
E.T. No.
Drew Barrymore.
I know, but E.T. is one of those movies that scarred. I told you. I think I've told you before. The E.T. getting drunk scene. Don't like it.
Kyle is so quirky.
I ran out of the room crying the first time I saw Pinocchio too.
You just don't. So yesterday we discovered how much you don't like being around drinking, but these are portrayals of drinking on television.
Yeah, they must have severely impacted me. That, and there's also a banned episode of Tiny Toon Adventures where they.
But one of your favorite TV shows is How I Met Your Mother. They spend the whole time in a bar.
That's true.
Okay.
I'm also not 5 years old anymore.
Hallmark movies are also comfort movies. I can easily put them. I love the season because there's no more trying to figure out what to watch. Just throw in a Hallmark movie with Rebecca and we're both happy. Something is debuting tonight that we are going to watch and that will also make us both happy. Cannot wait. Tune in, ABC Tonight.
Oh, is this the B-NATO?
Let's watch.
What's your emergency?
Oh my god, bees. They're all over our car.
You said bees?
The truck was hauling 22 million killer bees.
Enough bees to kill
44,000 people.
Maybe they'll just fly away?
Not likely.
He's breathing, but barely.
Stay where you are. Help is on the way.
SoCal Tower, it's some kind of insect. It's bees! Bees!
Traffic alert. Traffic.
That plane's coming right at us.
Oh, no!
Two bees.
It's a B-NATO.
I like the big one at the bottom. Is that Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Yes, she is a regular on that show. I had not seen the trailer. I knew B-NATO was coming from the TV commercials. I had not seen the trailer. There's an airplane in this movie. I mean, I am all over this.
Your face. Okay, I'm going to have to go back and give that reaction. I don't know if it's a right answer or a wrong answer gif, but it's something.
Last season, they opened up with a 3-episode on an overturned cruise ship. And I was riveted to that. Did not watch one other thing the rest of the
that where Ryan Murphy got the idea for his new show that's on a cruise ship?
Maybe so. And that's all I watched. And then this season, we've got the 3-episode B-NATO. I'm sure I will watch no. It's like they start the season with a long TV movie for people like me. And then, we're done. And we'll see you again next season. So thank you, 911, for B-NATO. I am so excited to watch this. Yep. episode 1 of each season is ridiculous, and Nikki B says just no. But just yes for the Mosleys.
And you got the Phil Collins soundtrack.
I know they make it so dramatic. It's funny because the show is not. Obviously, it's campy. Like Sharknado is completely campy, but the actual show is not particularly campy. They treat it with an element of seriousness that it does not deserve. But you still got bees in the shape of a tornado, so it'll be fun. And airplanes.
Airplanes potentially crashing into other airplanes.
I know. I was excited when I saw the small plane, and then when I saw the jet, I got really excited.
Oh, the little plane might hit the big plane.
I'm a simple person. All right. All right, we have concluded the rest portion of our show, and we are now entering the Around LP portion of our show, where we actually have the video that we promoted today.
September 24th. Today is the day that Rick Riordan's next Percy Jackson book, Percy Jackson and the Wrath of the Triple Goddess, has hit the bookstores in North America. And I am very fortunate and very lucky to have
this nice guitar he's got
to interview Rick.
And you can tell Bill is a fan because he's got all those books stacked behind him.
I'm sure Rick. Oh, I should back up. Let's hear the first thing Rick actually says after his introduction, and then we'll cut this.
You, Rick, about his work. And welcome to Laughing Place, Rick.
Hey, thanks, Bill. It's always a pleasure.
Well, it's been great to see you.
Always a pleasure. They have a relationship.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a full look. I mean, I assume this is all interview. Yeah, half-hour interview with the creator of Percy Jackson. Nice get for LP there. So go check that out on Laughing Place YouTube channel, same channel you're watching right now in all likelihood.
Also, Bill is Canadian, so you can enjoy his accent.
Yeah, and that also shows he's very nice, very kind.
He's very nice. He's a great guy. I got to meet him one time in person. It was very exciting.
Oh, you have? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this age, he is one of our regular contributors and has been for years. But
I was in Toronto and he was nice enough to come hang out for a bit. He lives in like what is it, this same province, which is the same state, but he doesn't live that close to Toronto. By the way, I have a Toronto shirt on today, so look at that. I was thinking ahead.
You know that was coming. I wonder. There are like so many LPers I've never met, that have even worked here for a long time, and yeah, I'd like to rectify that someday. Including Bill. All right, I need some consolidation, but I'll work on that later. So we've concluded the Around LP section. Now we're hitting the fun stuff section. So I'm going to start with episode 2 of High Potential.
Do you want me to clip the New Kids song, but dub in fun?
Yes,
the fun
I do.
Stuff.
You've got the fun stuff. That's it. Do it. Have you watched High Potential yet?
Nope.
I'm going to ask you every day.
I watched Agatha yesterday instead.
Yeah, I forgot to see if Jeremiah wanted to join us. Well, tell us about Agatha yesterday without any hint of spoiler.
It was the first challenge of the road. It was exciting. It was a little creepy. It still had some humor to it, even in those more serious moments. And I think the cast of this show is a lot of fun.
I think that exactly describes the second episode of High Potential as well, except for the creepy part. Watched that with Rebecca yesterday. That show is easily my favorite new network show in quite a while. As long as it stays kind of light and fun, doesn't get too heavy with the overarching theme, because there's always an overarching theme, I think we've got a winner here. So go check out High Potential. Really good. Yesterday, or earlier this week, we mentioned that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame would be on Disney Plus. Yesterday, we found out who the inductees are. So I will read them. Kyle is our resident music expert here at Laughing Place.
Didn't we already know who the inductees were?
Well, we put up an article yesterday announcing who they are. So if we did,
right.
I don't know why the article went up. Mary J. Blige, Cher, Dave Matthews Band, Foreigner, Peter Frampton, Kool and the Gang, Ozzy Osbourne, A Tribe Called Quest. Those are there are other people from musical excellence and influence, but those are the bands or artists that are inducted. So Kyle, which one doesn't belong?
Can you read them all again?
Mary J. Blige, Cher, Dave Matthews Band, Foreigner, Peter Frampton, Kool and the Gang, Ozzy Osbourne, A Tribe Called Quest.
Probably Dave.
that may have been the last one I thought you would say.
Foreigner?
I don't know, but Dave Matthews Band, they seem so iconic.
Yeah.
Okay. Kyle gives this opinion.
I mean, they're iconic. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting class in the way, because there's different ballot, kind of like the Baseball Hall of Fame. There's like the newly available ones, and then there's like a reappraisal ones and all sorts of other stuff.
So are they allowing in people now from the steroid era of rock and roll to come in?
Yeah. But not if you ever bet on a record sale.
That's where they draw the line.
Especially your own record.
Poor Pete Rose.
You only started recently going to Vegas, so you missed the era where there was a store at MGM Grand. You walk in, and Pete Rose would just be sitting in the window waiting to sign autographs.
Really?
You see Pete Rose around town all the time.
That's really sad. Sorry, should have got to the mute faster. Okay, this comes from Disney Parks, YouTube, nope, Instagram, which means I can't hear it, but luckily there are captions.
I have a very important question for you. Will you accept this churro? I guess it's a yes?
Yes, I will. There we go.
I
Did
have.
you know that the average ride on Dumbo lasts longer than the average marriage on one of these shows?
That's very good. Should turn that into a little video clip there, really thingy. That is, of course, from the Golden Bachelorette, which is on ABC. One-on-one dates, a one-on-one date at Disneyland, apparently. That's pretty cool. So, you know, it's an ABC show. They're going to Disneyland. Some nice synergy there. That can't be a bad date, right?
Can't be a bad thing?
A bad date.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is supposedly
No, she'll bring up with them afterwards. We'll see.
Supposedly reality TV, but they're not going to have them go to Disneyland and then have a terrible time with one of.
Well, they can have a good time. See, that's the thing about the very few. I've watched a couple of seasons of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, and yeah, they could have like a perfectly fine date, but then it's when they're at dinner and they're talking, then they might just be like, no.
Okay.
So I agree that it probably won't happen, but I think the date will be great. But that doesn't mean they're not going to break up after it. He's not going to get sent home. He doesn't have immunity because of it.
He got a churro, so
he got a churro.
That's really what matters. On this day in 2004, 20 years ago today, Walt Disney World closed for the day for Hurricane Genie. How about that? And so I decided to also.
Remember when these 1 or 2 day closures really seemed significant.
And then I decided to look back 1 year ago today on Laughing Place. And we had 2 big stories. The writer's strike ended 1 year ago today. But I think it was bigger. These 6 shows, which were just unceremoniously kicked off of Disney Plus, became available for digital purchase. So.
And yet, I still don't have my Mysterious Benedict Society.
Yeah, we haven't gotten these Disney Plus shows are now for purchase, have we? This was kind of it, I believe.
I should check to see if Howard is still there because we saved it. And I don't know if they sneakily took it off afterwards.
Go check it. Yeah, definitely go check it. I did see, of these 6 movies, I saw Flora and Ulysses. And it was okay. All right. Let's do a quick check to see if anything new has dropped. And otherwise, we will
Howard
get
is still there. I did check the Walt Disney World weather page. Nothing was there. Nothing on the parks blog. But I guess I can go through all of my Instagrams.
Quick. And then we have coming up following that, it's Thursday. That means it's time to pick our football picks, NFL picks for the weekend. Starting with tonight's big game with my favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, is that who's playing tonight? I must not have any players from the Cowboys because I looked at my my fantasy football just to make sure that no one's playing tonight in case I need to make some moves, and nope.
Finding anything?
Nope.
All right. So let us get started. We don't have an intro for our football picks. So I'm just going to show a piece of this intro, which shows the most athletic person I know. That's Mike Celestino. Okay. Let us start with the Cowboys at the Giants tonight. Of course, I am picking the Cowboys, my favorite team. Kyle, who you got?
I mean, I really want to choose the Giants, but I'll go with the Cowboys.
Because you have sense. Saints at Falcons. The Saints with a surprising loss last week. The Falcons with a surprising win last week.
Yeah. No, the Falcons didn't win last week.
Okay, I said I think.
Yeah. No, Falcons lost to the Chiefs.
Chiefs. So it's close. Surprising good game. Close game.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, there should be DPI. Saints.
I'm with you there. I think the Saints come back, and they are for real this year. The 0-3, shockingly 0-3 Bengals at the shockingly won last week, 1-2 Panthers, won big. This is surprisingly interesting.
This is a cat fight for the ages, is what this is. Because they're both cats. See? I mean, man, again, I like needling people. I really want to choose the Panthers, but come on. Please, Bengals. I'd feel too bad for Mac if this happened.
If the Panthers had lost last week, or even had a close game, but they won big on a game they should have lost big, I think the season ends for the Bengals on Sunday. It is effectively over as they start 0-4.
I'll get you a football suggestion. Did you see that?
I did see that. That was weird. Oh, I didn't do it that time. All right, we've got the Rams, who won last week against the Niners, at the Bears, who somehow won a game this week despite their quarterback off to a very slow start.
Well, after that pep talk from CJ Stroud, I think that Caleb Williams will lose to the Rams.
Yeah, I'm with you there. All right, we've got the Vikings, 3-0, surprising Vikings. Your Minnesota Vikings at the.
My Minnesota Vikings. I've been betting on the Packers in past matchups, even when they weren't favored. This is going to be a fun game to watch because these are hardcore rivals. But I'm gonna take the Vikings, especially because I don't think he's going to be back quite yet. Maybe he will be. We'll see.
I don't think he's expected to be back yet. And while their backup is playing great, that can't last forever. So I am going to be with you and go with the Vikings. What in the world happened to Trevor Lawrence, Jacksonville Jaguars at the 2-1 Texans?
Texans.
I'm going to stick with the Jaguars because I feel like Trevor Lawrence
has to earn a paycheck at some point.
He has to at some point. I'm a big fan.
What if he's got does spin moves away from phantom defenders?
Then I will be 0-4 with him. The really surprisingly 3-0 Steelers with a resurgent Justin Fields against the Colts with their second-year quarterback who's still struggling.
Steal.
That's a safe pick, but they're on the road.
Yeah, I considered that.
They're not that
I remember
good.
that I don't really know what I'm doing anyway, so I might as well just say something.
Steelers are not that good. All right, the Broncos ready to get whacked by the Jets, who are going to show what they're doing. You're Jets there, right?
What?
Jets.
I'm choosing Jets, is what you're saying?
I'm asking you, yes.
Yeah, Broncos are another one that I've been trying to make happen, and I don't think so.
One of the games of the week, the Eagles, are they for real or are they pretenders this year against the Buccaneers? Are they for real or are they pretenders?
Well, the Bucs let me down last time, but I really hope that they beat the Eagles, even though are they going to beat the Elgists? Get those typo emojis in the chat.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So I will bet the mortgage on the Bucs, unfortunately.
I'm with you because I'm a Cowboy fan. I got to root against the Eagles. The surprising, maybe the most surprising team of the year, the Commanders at the Cardinals.
Yeah. Well, is it still 100 degrees in Phoenix? That's a factor. I bet on the Cards last week and lost, but I'm going to do it again.
Don't they play indoors?
Yeah.
It's not that much of a fact.
No, I know.
All right.
You're choosing the Cardinals too? Interesting. 2
1-2 teams. The Patriots expected. The 49ers had not expected. Did the 49ers clean it up this week at home?
I sure hope so. Let's go Niners.
I think that's a safe bet. 3-0 Chiefs at the 2-1 Chargers, a division matchup for the Super Bowl champs.
Matchup with a very banged up Chargers team. It would make perfect sense for the Chargers to still win this game for some reason, but I have to go with the Chiefs.
All right. We're we're going to differ here. I think Harbaugh is looking forward to this game to really re-arrive on the NFL scene. And the Chiefs, frankly, just don't need to win that much. They just need to get in the playoffs, and they know it. So
yeah, I just want Travis Kelce to get more than like 2 yards this week. That would make my fantasy.
He's old. You know what?
I did have Carson Steele in my lineup. He didn't do amazing in terms of fantasy football, but he still showed up, and I appreciate it, especially because I drafted him with like my last pick before he even officially made the team, and I named my team Steel Vengeance. So it was very nice to put him in the lineup and have him do something.
Kyle, tune in next week for Fantasy Focus with Kyle Burbank. The Cleveland Browns at the Las Vegas Raiders.
I mean, what even are the Raiders after last week?
Don't know.
I'm gonna go with my Brownies.
Making a bunch of business decisions out there. We're gonna make some too. That's what their coach said.
Yeah.
All right. The Buffalo Bills at 3-0 with superstar Josh Allen against the surprisingly 1-2 Raves.
The Raves.
Ravens now.
Yeah. Well, I have Josh in fantasy, so take in the Bills.
I want the Bills to win this game. I'm not a fan of the Ravens, but I do think they're too good to fall to 1-3. So.
Also, my wife would be mad at me based on, as I called them, my Brownies cannot have the Ravens. She is from Cleveland.
My Brownies. The 0-3 Titans versus the 1-2. Try again. The 0-3 Titans versus the 1-2 Dolphins.
This might be the toughest one for me because the Titans are awful, but I mean the Dolphins with Tua being out, it's been hard. I know I'd bet on the Dolphins last week.
Monday night game, by the way.
Okay. I'm going to stick with the Dolphins, but if the Titans got a win here, I would be disappointed but not surprised. Like they got to win sometime, right? Like no one's going to go 0-16.
Yeah, 17. It never happened.
Yeah.
Second time we've had 17 games. All right, and the undefeated Seattle Seahawks versus the many people Super Bowl pick Detroit Lions closing out the week on Monday.
Sorry, Nikki. I'm going to go with the Lions at home.
I think the home field there is the difference, and the Lions will take care of business. All right, those are your picks. We'll be back on Tuesday to see how poorly we did this week. Last week we were both 6-10.
Yeah.
And I believe that is our show.
We just got to do bad enough to get a fantasy sponsorship, and then we'll be. Is sports betting legal in California, right?
No.
We have it on our ballot this year, so maybe soon.
I don't sports bet.
I would do it anyway. You've seen our picks. You know that we have no business betting.
I did want to check out ESPN Bet when it launched, and first thing it says is you can use the app, but you ain't gambling in your state. So,
let us know when you happen to be in Nevada.
We are going to be back tomorrow with Tony Betty talking animation,
and hopefully
Foodie Friday. Foodie Friday, and otherwise. Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow at 9:30. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. And if you really like us, click that join button.
And be careful if you're in the Southeast.
Yeah, keep an eye on Hurricane Helene. It's a biggie. All right, everybody.